Hello and welcome back to NLC7. So last time we ended up trying to get the stash that Krugloff told us about. Since I finished recording the video, I found out where it was. And it is under the excavator, as he told us. But I just didn't look there in my mad scramble last time. So what I've done is I dropped everything. No weapons, no items. We're running very light. And we are going to run and pray that we can get this stash without losing our lives. I also changed the grass because the colors just didn't make any sense to me before. And I thought I just saw something up here, but I didn't. Now it looks much more appropriately rotten, I would say. So I need to kind of go through and check each map one by one. Make sure its grass is working with the trees, but yeah, I digress. These mutants are a problem. Mutants, these zombies, I mean. Are they going in? That's perfect. Oh shit. I fucked myself. Oh, we're okay. Why's my stamina so bad? Oh. I got hit by the... got hit by the poltergeist. Shit. Fuck you. Oh my god. We actually did it. It's not great about the mask, but how much damage did that take? I have an armor repair kit. I might be able to repair this. It'd also be a very cheap repair at the fucking god. A cheap repair at the repairman. Oh man, that was massive. My fucking heart. What do we get? A spring? We need that for the ruby spring. That's huge. An artifact capsule and a crystal thorn. That's amazing. Oh shit. And we got this stone blood. Oh hell yeah. I should save just in case I crash. I tried a few times earlier, but I had to end that video early, so I didn't save it. So that seemed easier than it was in practice. But honestly, I didn't have that many tries. I did like what do you think? Like 6 or 7 attempts before starting this video. So I already had the route kind of figured out, but I kept getting hit by the poltergeist and the snorks. So hell yeah, I'm happy. Looks like I have to talk to him about the water. Maybe I should take the device while I have the carry weight from the thing. From the eye. Take it back to... Oh shit. I'll sell the crystal thorn. So I take it back to Warren to stash it there, but then I remember that I need to pay Warren. I don't have any money. But I do. I have the stone blood and the crystal thorn. So that should be good. Semyonov, I need the device. What device? I don't have any freebies. Ask Sakharov. Well, Sakharov told me. Go, he says, to the professor, to Semyonov. Take from him the device for psi measurements. Well, you could have said so from the start. Here's the device. Take it. And I won't have to carry it around anymore. I'll return it soon. I thought it would be a lot heavier. Or like some big fucking things. That's pretty chill. Alright.
Ну и проголодался же я. Блин, что будет пожрать?
So this grass pack is from the 2K grass. That's what it's called. I wonder what the default looks like. It certainly seems to match everything going on. And before we leave, I'm also going to take a look to see if there's any artifacts as well. See if we can find snow. I need to bring down the density because that looks bad. Ignat wants the paw of the pseudo-giant. Well, I don't know about that.
Magie!
Shit, 3? That's an annoying number. Fuck them bitches. Ideally, be a way to just to kind of pull them over. I don't see them. Is there another hole? That was a pretty nice hole. Meh. Oh well. Oh wait, maybe I can climb up here. Oh shit. This is huge, dude. I can use that for X18. I can't believe it. Oh, it was so foggy. Can we have a word? Do you remember anything from your childhood? What's it to you? Don't be mad, it's important for me to know. I don't remember myself, and if something does come up, it's so vague, like it didn't happen to me. Maybe it's for the best. I remember, but let me tell you, my childhood was such that it's better not to recall. Oh, sorry. Yeah, come on, Markborn, what are you doing? Oh, there's a greedy. I don't have my stuff with me, though. The one I need now is a snowy. I didn't change the grass on the other maps, just on the Yantar map. Seems good on this map. A pseudo dog. Whatever it was, I think it's underground. I can repair that on my own. No. Those fuckers. That dude did more damage than the Chimera. Jesus Christ. Didn't lose much though. And they all want the knife. No rats, please. Booty is pushed in a little. Whew, we made it. With a ton of mutant parts at the moment. What to do with them? We could trade him for sausage. That was weird. What was that? It's from the game. Trade it for sausage. We could... bring it to pack on. Medmax. I don't know. Have you heard about the stalker who fell into the throat? Well, stalkers, also called greedy, varies, depends on who you ask. What, you haven't heard of such a thing at all? Well, listen, there's such an anomaly, not often encountered, but if you do, God forbid you get caught in it. So the stalker was coming from somewhere loaded with good loot, and though the guy was experienced, how he ended up there, probably fatigue took its toll. I don't know what he went through. You can't last more than a minute in it. It'll devour you. But that minute must have felt like eternity to him. Barely alive, bleeding all over, suit torn to shreds, loot gone, lucky to be alive, and the guys nearby provided bandages. Could have stayed with his loot, all because of greed. Carried too much, didn't want to throw anything away. Hesitated, thinking. In such cases, you can't hesitate. So my advice to you, God forbid of course, but if you do get caught, throw whatever you can and run. You know anything about S.T.A.L.K.E.R? S.T.A.L.K.E.R? Who's that? Haven't heard anything. Well, he's got the good advice. Can't deny it. It's good advice. Oh, maybe he'll open our capsule. I mean, he will, but... Oh, what offers are there? He's got something new. Get 2 AKS-47 rifles. Some respected folks approached me. They need reliable rifles, but not too conspicuous. A couple of AKS-47 would be just right for them. Foldable stock, suitable caliber, and the machine won't fail. As far as I know, the brothers in the Dark Valley have a dealer who could push it. What about it? Will you swing by? Just make it quick. The rifles need to be here in a couple of days. I know they're short on grub, so you stock up before the job. Honestly, it's not really a good quest. It's not what I need right now. Don't give me money. $800 for that? But I feel like I should just go bring these down to the swamp. I can get some zombie hands from the gut and then go and reinforce my sunrise suit as well. Alright, so we're going to sell the crystal thorn. And then we'll give him the stone blood. Hey Baldy, what are we betting? Oh, he's all out. Oh, find out about the debtor's fate. So here's the thing. There was one very lucky stalker. Vitya Ferret, you heard of him? No? Well, alright. Anyway, this ferret owed another stalker a lot of loot. Well, this one, Whistle's his nickname, lost a round sum to me under that debt. A couple of days later, it became known that both Ferret and Whistle died in a skirmish with a gang of bandits. It seems like business as usual, but a few days ago, one of the hunters came to me and reported that there's a man ready to sell information about the current whereabouts of these two deceased. This person is afraid to show up in contacts with me, so he asks to send an intermediary. Will you be such an intermediary? Find this man? His name is Femish Soldier. In the gut, in the area of the Northern Hunters Camp, it seems like they saw him. In such cases, they say okay. Yeah, we'll go see him. Hey, docent. You know when the next emission is? Well, I don't have that exact data, but there was some information from Sakharov that tomorrow evening, closer to the night, it will be tough. Okay. Ah, it's you. About the repair or what? Found your S.T.A.L.K.E.R? I'm still looking, wearing out my boots, shooting dogs, and they're biting me. Dogs won't become fewer. The zone, it is what it is, and a man is just a tiny bug. Well, anyway, what's up with you? You doing repairs? Yeah. About 2 hours. Okay. Oh, shit. Where am I going for 2 hours? Consult with the deserter. Okay. What was I looking for? Brain's not working. Oh, yeah.
Пульки, пульки, пульки. Меняем пульки.
I'm not gonna go to the stash yet. So what we'll do... Buy information. Oh, we need to go buy our updated stash. I was gonna go check the price, but I'll wait. $34 level 1s, 4 level 2s. No capsules found. 157 level changes. I would have sworn I've done more than 2. Meh. We're gonna do some reading. We're gonna read our PDA. Who am I? Dream or reality? Some kind of vehicle. A long ride, then darkness. And what was before that? Was it even real, or just a nightmare? I can't make head or tails of it. Some delirium. And now Sidorovich, the local trader, decided to call me Marked One. All this feels like a bad dream. But waking up is not an option. What to do? Where to go? And worse yet, who am I? The first thing to understand is that for now, I'll have to run around doing tasks for the Sidorovich. After all, he says he saved my life, and maybe it's not all that bad. I'll look around, come to my senses. Perhaps my mind will clear up. That's where we started. The first impressions. Well. I breathed some fresh air, and I saw the local critters. Tested the local attraction called anomalies. Judging by the fact that I survived it all, I've already encountered the zone and its quirks, but who I am, my head stubbornly refuses to remember. Sidorovich, the sly bug, realized that I can now be used almost for free, and he wants to take advantage of this. Maybe that's why he asked me to treat the doctor here at the cordon. Otherwise, why would he need a dead man? And now I'm like his eternal debtor. To put it simply, an eternal slave. Well, that won't last forever. Of course, I won't refuse his assignments at first. He can help with ammunition, for example. And he hints at this damn S.T.A.L.K.E.R, at least gives a direction to start with. Well, S.T.A.L.K.E.R for me is the only thread connecting to the past, if he is connected at all, since Sidorovich says I repeated the name S.T.A.L.K.E.R in delirium. Who knows what one can see in delirium, but it wasn't for nothing that I kept repeating it. In any case, I have to move north. Sitting at the cordon, I'm unlikely to remember anything. Well, let's see from there. Sidorovich asked to find out about the documents. For this, I'll have to make a serious raid through the zone to the former Agroprom Research Institute. Well, I'm ready to cooperate. I'll find out something and make it clear to Sidorovich that after this, we're even for all his kindness and care about me. I'm not planning to work for him for free after this. He wants something, he should pay. Along with the task, I heard information from the trader, more like a legend, about a place somewhere to the north on the way to the center of the zone where brains boil. Considering the fact that my head is clearly not all right, I should look into this topic and ask people around. Who knows, maybe I've been there too. Yes, the trader also suggests that S.T.A.L.K.E.R seems to have learned to pass through this area, or maybe he lies, just to give me a motivation to go there. And he says traders want to know how. The reason is clear. They want access to untouched fields of artifacts. Well, their potential Klondike doesn't interest me much, but information about S.T.A.L.K.E.R, it's worth a try for that. Afterwards, we looked at our documents after we stole them. I reviewed the documents the military found in the former research institute. Conclusion: this institute was a cover for the non-governmental laboratory X-18 in the last years before the disaster, which apparently conducted some mysterious experiment. Where the laboratory is located, documents do not say. Do I even need to know? But this is just a part of the documents that just happened to come my way. And if you imagine the whole picture, how much can be learned about what you don't even want to know? Well, the mysteries multiply, but if that's what the traders need, then so be it. It's none of my business. My path lies further north. My task is to search for S.T.A.L.K.E.R, and now also for Ghost. If I could find Ghost, I can find S.T.A.L.K.E.R, and maybe find out about myself. And the rest? Let it go along with the traders and their schemes. This is a note after we made it into S.T.A.L.K.E.'s stash and met Fang. I finally made it into S.T.A.L.K.E.'s stash. I don't even know how some sixth sense helped me to infiltrate, or was it intuition, or memory kicked in? But theoretically, I shouldn't know of such a place. After all, it's not even S.T.A.L.K.E.'s stash per se, but a secret place of an entire group, and I definitely wasn't part of it. And in this stash, I met one of the members of this group, Fang. Fang is in a rather sorry state, and not much information from him, but it was enough to understand. Besides S.T.A.L.K.E.R himself, the group included two others, Ghost and Fang. According to Fang, Ghost and S.T.A.L.K.E.R tried to reach the very center of the zone. Why, and most importantly, how? So, we have the name of one person who might know where to find S.T.A.L.K.E.R, and that's Ghost. Because Fang is badly hurt, sitting in the underground area, and doesn't really know anything. There's also some scientist, a mutual acquaintance. We'll leave him out of consideration for now. That's too scant information. And S.T.A.L.K.E.R himself, apparently, really needs to be searched for in the northern regions of the zone. And finally, Doctor. He met S.T.A.L.K.E.R, he knows about the secret place and visits Fang, which means he knew him before as well. Should we assume that he was also in S.T.A.L.K.E.'s group? This will need to be clarified when meeting him. And as for Fang, I should try to help him. Currently, Fang is blind, and his mental state is not very good, just like mine. But if Fang recovers and starts to remember something specific, I definitely should talk to him. Which means I need to get in touch with the scientists at Yantar. So after handing in the documents from Agroprom, we gave them to Barkeep, and now this is where we are at. I met with the Barkeep at the bar. After reviewing the documents from the Research Institute, he suggested that X-18 is located in the so-called Dark Valley, and he wants me to go there to look for information and documents. Says I need to talk to Borov, the leader of a bandit group, calls for caution, and clearly omits something about this underground area. I'm not too keen on meeting with some bandits, let alone delve into some underground areas, but on the other hand, why not establish contacts with these guys? Didn't like my encounters with the cold-blooded ones at the garbage, but this way I might get some roof, and the fools with guns won't interfere with my search. And for now, Search's information are more important than any squabbles. So the main thing in Barkeep's request is that he hints about the path to the north and shows concern for my search for S.T.A.L.K.E.R. Of course he's hooking me, that's clear, wants to send someone who needs it the most, but who knows what he knows and what he'll say if I actually do his request. And the safe path to the north, where S.T.A.L.K.E.R might be now, Barkeep somehow links with this X-18 and with the information that can be unearthed in that laboratory. If it's all connected, then I'll stroll to Borov. Firstly, I'm not signing up for anything or making promises, and secondly, it won't hurt to get to know the Dark Valley and its inhabitants better, and establishing contacts. Good relations always facilitate obtaining information. That's right. It's good to be good. So we found some documents on the zone's history too. I remember that. In that trailer in Agroprom. Alright, about the artifact belt. Asking how artifacts manifest their properties? Well, no one really knows for sure. All we have now is just practice. Someone, somewhere, sometimes accidentally, sometimes through scientific poking, got from an artifact what is now called properties. And who was first, no one remembers anymore. For now, it's understood that for an artifact to activate, it needs to be sparked with an electrical discharge. Hence the necessity for such a device as an artifact belt. Technically, it's just a real belt with metallic mesh pockets for artifacts. The mesh serves as one of the electrodes, with electrical potential supplied from a battery. Well, like car spark plugs in general. Click, click, and the artifact starts deflecting bullets, allows carrying more weight, etc. And if the battery runs out, the artifact just becomes a regular trinket. Good, if not radioactive. The belt, although simple, is quite heavy. The more cells, the heavier. And why, let's say a stalker, who at best will find one or two simple artifacts, carry a heavy belt for 5 and 6. We got a long story about rubles from Sidorovich here. Rubles, huh? Soviet ones. I look at them and remember my childhood. It was a good time. Carefree. Soda for a penny, ice cream for 10. How did it happen that we started paying with them here? Look. When it blew up the second time and the zone was formed, there were daredevils who started sneaking in here. The military had it tightly surrounded, thinking any moment some plague and monsters would crawl out. Well, and stalkers, the very first ones, crawled in at night and brought out all sorts of oddities, artifacts. A small business formed to deliver these arts to customers. Stalkers then received full-fledged hard-earned dollars or other currency. Later, the most daring, or rather, let's say it straight, desperate people, realized that carrying one artifact at a time was very costly. After all, 2 out of 5 who went to the zone came back, and even those often with empty hands. In general, we, yes, me too, youth, damn it, decided that stalkers needed support here, inside the zone. Throw in some food, ammunition, equipment, all sorts of things, here. And carrying dollars or other heavy currencies here was dangerous. The crowd here is getting wilder, more frostbitten, those who have nothing to lose. Such wouldn't just shoot you over a dozen bucks, sometimes even over a loaf of sausage. What to do, you ask? Chance helped mostly. A couple of stalkers found a bank vault in one of the destroyed villages. Well, abandoned old Soviet rubles after the first evacuation. Not much. But these, no longer needed on the mainland, paper pieces, we started using for transactions here, in the zone. At first only paid with them, and those who wanted hard currency, I issued checks redeemable at banks. Didn't deceive anyone, so no one killed poor old Sid. Now, with more people coming into the zone, rubles are not enough for full transactions, so we supplied newcomers with these electronic gadgets, PDAs. They encrypt the amount and the amount of savings. And that's how it is, and rubles, still going around. Can say, the hard currency of the zone, backed by the word of the trader. About weapon wear. From Lisafed. Why is the wear on weapons like that? Well, sit down, pour some. Don't shake your hands, you'll spill more. Many ask themselves this question about wear, and I've only heard a sensible answer from one scientist, from Vasiliev, Valentinch. A good guy, even if a bit of a head case. He doesn't shun stalkers, and will down a glass of vodka without wincing, and explains so that it becomes understandable. Well, almost understandable. Anyway, I asked him this question. He says that time also consists of such small atoms. He also said the name, but sorry I can't repeat it. These very atoms of time are constantly with us, so we don't notice them. And well, like air. And here in the zone, new, not of our world, time atoms appeared. We almost don't notice them either. But, as long as our speed is low, like wind, well, or like sticking your head out of a speeding car, it'll mess up your hair. Keep pouring, keep pouring. But the bullet has even greater speed. So it, the bullet, encounters the time much more. Ages, you might say, on the fly. That's why hitting a target more than 200 meters in the zone is impossible, and the barrel also receives a dose of this wrong time because of the bullet's high-speed flight. That's why the wear is crazy. Foreign guns, and even ours from the new ones, just fall apart after a dozen shots. But Kalashnikov, nothing holds up. Some funny headcanon there, but I'll take it. About the PDA from the professor. Glad to see you again. How are our PDAs working? Oh, they're working fine. They have a communication program. In English, it's called meeting point or meeting place. True, the voice connection is very unstable, but short text messages to a chosen channel or say some other information can be sent. And the fact that sometimes the connection works over quite a long distance, that's already the influence of the zone's anomaly. No one has yet figured this out precisely. I think that under the influence of emissions, the local space of our world gets mixed with the space of another world, and the ultra-high frequencies, which have very small wavelengths, sometimes pass through the gaps between our and another dimension. Zorovich told me that when they took a trial batch of PDAs, they didn't even think that they could be used for communication. Just like that, for close calculations. But look how it turned out. And now a stalker is not alone entirely in this world, and sometimes can even hope for help in a critical situation, well, or send a last farewell. Oh, we're almost there. I haven't even gotten through the zone's history. About flesh coats. From Rat. They sure knew how to make real men in the USSR, and the current ones, to rub away. They only think about grannies. You have respected me, thank you. Yes, I understand that thanks won't burp or hang on your neck. I have one precious thing. A little suit coat, get it? Why the grimace? It's every authority's dream. A simple Urgacan dreams of such a coat at night. And why is that? Ever tried to kill a flesh? It's hard, right? Its hide in the zone acquired unusual properties, becoming incredibly dense at the sight of a bullet impact. Practically armor, but it can be cut with a knife. A paradox, damn it. It's from these hides that the coats are made. There's a craftsman living not far beyond the cordon. The brownish coat, that's simple flesh, not too mature yet. But the black one, that's something else. Made from the toughest fleshes. Getting such a hide is not easy. Hunters charge big money for it. But if you got one, so take it and remember, Rat, he remembers kindness. And these are the backstories of the zone. 2018, April 12th, 2:33 in the afternoon. The exclusion zone was illuminated by the brightest, most almost unbearable light, and clouds could be seen evaporating in the sky. After a moment of complete silence, there came a roar and an earthquake. People fell to the ground, covering their eyes and ears. Those who could ran, saving their lives. From the outside, it looked as if all the nuclear fuel buried under the sarcophagus had exploded into the air at once. Within a day, government forces had completely cordoned off the new zone. With the help of satellites, it was determined that the epicenter of the explosion was not at the reactors themselves, but a kilometer from them. It is believed that all the stations and personnel died immediately. However, many other people remained within the cordon. It was impossible to organize rescue operations, as squads of people and machinery sent deep into the affected territory died almost immediately. Sometime after the accident, the zone's diameter suddenly increased by several kilometers. Most of the government forces guarding the perimeter and the scientific laboratories there died instantly. Panic began. Residents of nearby villages and cities were hastily evacuated or fled on their own. The world faced a danger, the extent of which can only be guessed at to this day. In 2010, 2 years have passed since the terrible disaster in the exclusion zone around the Chernobyl nuclear power plant. A large number of dead and missing people, dead livestock, blackened buildings, and mutilated forest. Scientists still cannot explain what happened. And the zone, within which absolutely fantastic anomalies were discovered, continues to grow. Rare expeditions encounter mutated species of animals with astonishing features. Following the trail of desperate lone stalkers, scientific expeditions once again take up the large-scale study of the zone. However, inside the army-guarded perimeter, there are many unaccounted-for persons, up to poachers and bandits. Mostly, stalkers travel through the zone in search of various anomalous formations, the so-called artifacts, which often fetch a good price. Story Raid. Military units, including special forces, led by squads of military stalkers, undertook a major expedition into the zone with the goal of breaking through to the Chernobyl northern power plant and destroying nuclear power plant and destroying the supposed cause of the deadly anomalous fields, or finally obtaining reliable information about the processes taking place there. This venture, involving more than 1,000 people and a multitude of machinery, completely failed. Some surviving groups settled in the zone with little hope for rescue. Yeah. Oh, we got some text for the routes, too. Path from Gordon to Garbage, Cordon to Garbage. Sidorva said where it's easiest to get from the Cordon to the Garbage. Unknown from where, but every rookie almost immediately learns how to get to the sanatorium, and although there's not much to gain there, every Greenhorn rookie considers it their duty to check it out. It's something of a lice check for them. It is possible to go from the cordon to the gut of the zone. Who named it that is unclear, but apparently it reflects the essence in the eyes of other stalkers. Little of use, narrow, and full of all sorts of filth. There's an inconspicuous exit from the sanatorium, which leads directly to the gut. Bez mentioned that bandits have settled at the transition to Agroprom and pointed out the location of the transition. Forgotten Village turns out to be a very convenient place. From there, it's easy to get to the garbage, and if it weren't for the presence of various creatures at the village, which emerge faster than they can be shot down, the village could become a sort of domain for stalkers. For now, you can only meet a few shady individuals and a bunch of beasts there. The only problem is that the radiation levels are insanely high on this trail. Better not to venture there without anti-rad. Just past the former farm, it's wade through Forgotten Village to get to the Agroprom Research Institute. And Prapper in the garbage said that the direct route to the bar leads to the duty checkpoint. Prapper talked about the path to the Dark Valley. And it's quite simple to go from Forgotten Village to the swamps. This path probably should be used by the military, as one can directly pass through the village from the swamps to Agroprom. And maybe someone else uses this road, smugglers for example. Why not? It's very convenient. The Clear Sky group used to be located in the swamps. It turns out, someone from them is still in the zone, though it was said that there was no one left long ago. Maybe it's still possible to meet someone. What happened to them, what they were searching for, and why they initiated the hunt for S.T.A.L.K.E.R, even hired a mercenary. And then, what a strange idea, as if one stalker, even if it's S.T.A.L.K.E.R, could disrupt some balance of the whole zone. And the zone expands because of him? Some nonsense. Though if you think about it, many wonders are hidden behind the mists. Why did S.T.A.L.K.E.R want to reach the center of the zone? There must be a hint, or explanation somewhere. To the commander of the troop group, Defensive Cordon, report. I report. On April 14th, 2012, at 10 o'clock, during the evening roll call, it was discovered that 3 soldiers of my entrusted unit, located on the territory of the former Agroprom Research Institute, were missing. Upon questioning the rest, the following facts were revealed. The missing soldiers, taking advantage of the lack of control by the junior command staff, repeatedly visited the local trader Sidorovich, who supplied them with alcoholic beverages and narcotics. According to their comrades, during patrol duty, they discovered an unmarked passage to the cordon to the territory of Forgotten Village. The location and approach to this passage are shown on the attached map scheme. My search efforts for the missing soldiers have yielded no results. Near the military base at Agroprom, there's a convenient trail to the swamps. Smugglers first took a liking to it, but often desperate stalkers use it to escape military pursuit into the swamps, where it's easy to hide in the reeds. There's a direct and simple path from the swamp to Agroprom. Stalkers don't like to take this road because they are unwelcomingly met by the military at Agroprom, but for the soldiers it's a usual route. There's our schematic for X-18. One of the first passages discovered by stalkers. It is also one of the most dangerous, and at the same time frequently used paths. All stalkers use this passage, despite the dangers. Information about the passage to the wild territory was received. Most likely, this passage was always there, only blocked by an anomaly. But now it's clear that it can be bypassed, so should it be considered a reward? Probably it should. In this world, the absence of information is akin to death. One could get to Yantar through the wild territory. It's not the easiest and fastest way, considering the abundance of monsters there. According to stories, a cluster of anomalies blocking the way to the Freedom Base is not so impenetrable. It seems that the duty numbers always knew this, just hiding it from stalkers, since there are anarchists from Freedom. But someone still informs about the passage, since it can be learned. I have it now, huh? That's pretty cool. Information from X-18. Looks like I found 2 things. A week ago, it was decided to increase the radiation intensity on the subjects. No changes were observed in the first few days. After several days, the subjects began to undergo strange metamorphosis, reduction in hair coverage, increased aggression. Several subjects were literally trampled to death by their kin. The condition of the subjects stabilized. Hair coverage is about 10% of the original. Claws and teeth have noticeably grown. Bursts of activity are rather random and not directed at their own kind. Senior laboratory assistant A.N. Burnoff suggested that this might increase in intelligence. It was decided to test the subjects with psi radiation of a new modulation. Here's our map that we gave away, and a long report that we're not going to read right now because I'm losing my voice. Should be done. So let's go get our suit. Thought I was going to do the memories, but instead I had to go through a lot of information about the zone and our journey thus far. Pretty cool. I think Petrenko may be back. I don't know if he has anything that we need right now. Oh, I should have got my capsule. I'll do it on the way back. Oh, you know what I need is that valve. So if he is back, that's good.
Это стоит принять во внимание.
I'm gonna keep the one suit because I want to get I'm gonna get that emerald. The fuck is my 5-star stone blood? There it is. I was about to riot, dude. Didn't I think of something for the soul too? Oh yeah, the level 3 for Sakharov. Have to remember that. Gotta repair my AKM. So SP6 is what I need for what's his name? For Rasp. Because I get worth. I think these are worth decent money. I won't even buy it. Leo will probably buy it. I gotta go his way anyways. I don't think I really need an extra one of those. Really gonna get max sausage with this? I probably should. Except for the Chimera Claws. Don't forget anything I need on the way down. That bitch wants simple arts. Crazy. Okay. This is a goofy ass setup, but gonna have some fun. It's gonna be a long trip, I think. People, how do I save artifacts from an emission? Lost a soul. What are you, fresh off the retard rookie village? You need to put arties in a container, then the emission won't reach them. Son of a bitch, he's not back. Ah, my dumb ass. Let's take what we need. We need 2 simples. This is what I was gonna sell to try and get the valve. I was probably gonna need more than that, to be honest. The valve's like 90,000. I don't think he takes straight rubles too, it's like a barter. So you don't want leftover. Alright, so just degrades too quickly. Ah, this is what we're selling. We just had a thought. If I get it impregnated, I think it will increase the condition. Are we really going to take that risk? Eat it. I just don't know if it's going to repair the mask. I don't know. You can't repair an impregnated suit at the repairman. I think I'll just sell it. I'll take a bunch of stuff with me in case he has an RPK. Still overweight. How it goes. How's he doing?
Проходи, проходи.
At least I can still run, even a little overweight. The endless sprint. Bro. Some aggressive flesh. Might not have been the best choice of gun for this trip. Don't have a lot of ammo for it. Pretty low on the 919 too. Never know when they might have a new job. Finally left. I was wondering when that would happen. I think because I've done this stuff in Wild Territory, we're gonna see some changes. But yeah, Bullet, Max Luber, and that other guy. They've moved on. We're lucky with no pseudo dogs right now. They're over there. Oh shit.
Здесь чужой!
Out of my way.
Я его подранил!
I don't want to shoot a single bullet. That's what I armed you guys for. I can sleep. Whew. What a big sleep that was. It's almost nighttime. How many hours was that? 5 hours? I should move pretty fast now. Alright, before we head out... Oh my god. He died? No, they took his loot.
Ні, не буду я розмовляти. Ховайся, дурню! Стріляють!
Who is this? It's just a guy, I think. What was I gonna say? Yeah, we're gonna end this video. Because it's been a long one. We'll pick back up. Peace.